Turnovers kill the Chicago Bulls as the Lakers' Luka Doncic goes off for 46 points in the United Center. Talk about the game and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Whole Lotta Bull. I'm Troy. Follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Troy. More importantly, I should say, rather, you follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. So let's get into it. Chicago Bulls, after the Josh Giddey miracle of last year, the half-court buzzer beater, which we all remember. Yeah, the Lakers came back to town this year, and they wanted some payback for that game. The Lakers come in to the United States and get a 129-118 victory over our Chicago Bulls. And turnovers was a massive issue for the Chicago Bulls in this game, as well as, Luka Doncic being Luka Doncic and going the fuck off. He drops 46 points on us, 11 assists, 7 rebounds, 15 to 25 from the field, almost equals a career high in three-pointers made. He finishes one short of that, 8 of 14 from beyond the arc for Luka Doncic in this game. LeBron James, man, let's just hope that's the last time that motherfucker's at the United Center. Any Lakers fans watching, don't give a shit. I hope the man retires because had enough of that guy. He should have retired a long time ago, but hey, that's my opinion. You don't like it, fuck off. He finishes with 24 points, 9 of 19 from the field, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. 5 boards, 3 assists. He did the basically majority of his damage in the first half. I think at 20 points of his 24 in the first half, whereas Luka just absolutely killed us in the second half there. And then Rui Hachimura off the bench for the Lakers, 23 points, 9 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from downtown. Those 3 guys right there basically won the game for the LA Lakers. And but frankly, again, if for any Lakers fans watching this video, caught the reality of this. If you don't have either one of Luka or LeBron on this team, your team's fucking trash. Let's just put it that way. Your team is garbage. You got to have both of those guys on the court. Maybe even Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is, he's a good player, but he's not. I don't think he's anything special. But if you don't have LeBron and Luka on the court, you guys are a fucking trash team. That's just my opinion. I don't like it. Again, fuck off. All right, looking over to our Chicago Bulls in this game now, we did get off to a solid start in this game. The Lakers had the quick little jump, but the Bulls, got right back in this game and got out into a lead themselves, if I'm not mistaken, in that first quarter. Yeah, we had a 6-point lead in that first quarter after the Lakers got the quick start there, but Lakers got back in front by quarter time. And then they just had their massive run in the second quarter, got out to a lead by as much as 20 points in that one. I think it was down to 15 by halftime. Now, the credit to the Bulls in that third quarter, they managed to get on a run and get that lead down they got it down to as much as 1. But then the Lakers just went on another run, and essentially that was the game from there. The Bulls, as much as they try to push at times, they just couldn't get back into this game. Luka Doncic just absolutely fucking cooked us. At the end of the day, that's just is what it is. So when you have a superstar player like Luka Doncic going off like that, okay, yep, Chicago Bulls, we don't have a superstar player. We know that. We're not dumb to it. But when you got a superstar like Luka doing that, there's not much you can do about it. You basically just have to almost try and just let him, try and shut him, just try and defend him as best as you can, and hope and pray that he misses, because he was on one of those nights where everything was dropping for him. So for our Bulls, let's look at the numbers there. for Chicago. Now, Kobe White does lead the team in scoring, 23 points, 8 of 13 overall, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. So Kobe does keep up his hot streak for shooting. And congrats to Kobe as well on moving to the Bulls' second all-time three-pointers made in Chicago Bulls history, overtaking Captain Kirk Heinrich into place overall. Get my words out eventually. He has that spot solely by himself. Now he's just behind Zach LaVine for the number one spot all time in Chicago Bulls three pointers made. So congrats to Kobe on that. He does also finish with 5 boards and 6 assists. Does have the 4 turnovers as well. So turnovers again, as we mentioned, massive problem for the Bulls, especially in that second quarter. And Kobe didn't help himself there. I think that's where most of his turnovers came from, if I remember correctly. And also, Nikola Vucevic, 18 points, 11 boards. So a typical Vuce game, 6 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Hits all 5 free throws and does have 5 assists as well. So just your typical standard Nikola Vucevic game. Jalen Smith, so Josh Giddey's still coming off the bench, the third straight game that he's been back, and he's coming off the bench. So Jalen Smith, 13 points, 7 boards, 5 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. Isaac Okoro, only the 7 points, 5 assists, 3 of 5 from the field, and 1 or 2 from beyond the arc. Does finish with the Bulls' best plus 10 in the plus minus column, but plays just under 28 minutes. So, I mean, I think maybe he gets saved by those 2 runs that the Lakers made when he was on the bench. And hey, maybe that's a part of why the Lakers made a run. Like Isaac Okoro is our best perimeter defender. There's no ifs or buts about it. He does have an impact for this team. Marcus Buzelis, just the 11 points, 5 points, 4 assists, 4 of 8 from the field. I do need to see Marcus getting up more shots than just 8. I mean, I want that up around 12 a game. He does go 2 or 6 from beyond the arc. Now, a couple of those 3-pointers made seemed like he just settled for it. Again, I'll keep harping on about it. I don't care how many 3-pointers Marcus Buzelis takes. I just care about the quality of the shots. And yeah, some of those were just not good quality shots to be taking at all. And then like Kevin Huerter, after a really nice game, and gets that game when he shot against the Celtics the other day on Derrick Rose jersey retirement night, he puts an absolute fucking stinker up. Basically, it looks like a binary code for him. No points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Misses all 5 shots, and all 5 of those are from beyond the arc. So, if you find Kevin Huerter's his 3-point shooting, can you please return it to him? Because we need Kevin Huerter to be hitting those 3-pointers like Kevin, Red Baron, Ranger, Redhead, Carrot Top, whatever you want to call yourself or whatever people want to call you. Get your shit together. We need you hitting those 3-point shots. Patrick Williams off the bench. Yeah, he had a couple of nice things there. 7 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. Couple of those, I think a couple of those 3-pointers were a bit rushed and not exactly the best shots to be taken. 1 assist and turnover and a foul. So don't really get much out of Patrick Williams, to be honest. Dalen Terry only plays 3 minutes, so just really in garbage time. Again, Josh Giddey comes off the bench in this game. His minutes restriction went up to 28, and he plays 4 seconds over that. Whoop-de-doo. But he finishes with 19 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, 6 of 14 from the field, at 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. I was actually quite surprised when I saw that 8 3-pointers attempt in this game. I actually thought he only took 6 3-pointers in this game. And a funny moment from Josh Giddey in this game as well. Now, obviously, we all remember the half-court buzzer beater against the Lakers last year. Well, as a timeout was called, like a lot of players do, Josh Giddey from three-quarter court just flung the ball to the basket and made the shot. Obviously, it doesn't count, but hey, it was hilarious that he's done that. That Josh Giddey did that against the Lakers after what he did last year with that game-winning shot. So obviously, while it doesn't count, hey, it's still a funny moment in the game. And then, Idasumu, 20 points off the bench, 2 or 6 from beyond the arc, 8 of 14 overall, 3 boards, 2 assists. This was a game where while, obviously Giddy, Pat, and Dasumu combined for what are we looking at 39, 46 points off the bench. We didn't really get that much. The bench wasn't a real factor in this game. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say the bench isn't a factor in the game when they give you 46 points, but that comes from 3 players alone. Obviously, still missing Zach Collins and Trey Jones as well. And then, Julian Phillips, Lucky Ulbrich, and Javon Carter just get some last minute mop up seconds. So yeah, a frustrating game. Like while the Bulls at one point, you know, even can't even say at one point, maybe in for those 2 runs that the Lakers put together, like that second quarter, and then Bulls get that lead down to 1, and the Lakers push it back out again. I know I want to say it was somewhat competitive, but when you have 2 runs like that, and then Luka Doncic is going off, like when you have someone on the other team that drops 46 on you, and you lose by 11 points. I know there's part of me that wants to say, "Hey, the Bulls put up a fight," and I think for a lot of this game, they did. They just had they just had stretches there, which we all know that a stretch or 2 can absolutely cost you a ball game. For the most part, it was in some ways competitive. Now, am I tripping? Let me know down below. Like, hey, if someone drops 46, and you can probably really doubt were we competitive. Now, a couple other takes away in this game. Now, there was the one possession early in, I think it was in the second quarter. Now, Vucevic was complaining to the refs about a non-foul call, which Vucevic tends to do. Josh Giddey had hit him with a beautiful pass, but Nikola Vucevic was too busy bitching to the refs about a non-call that he just completely misses the pass, and ultimately Josh Giddey just throws out of bounds. Nikola Vucevic, okay, I get you're frustrated, but get your fucking head in the game when we're back on offense. Because if you're paying attention, you've got an easy 2 points there. That's a great setup. While Josh Giddey gets the turnover and that, I do not blame Josh Giddey one bit whatsoever for that turnover. That's purely on Nikola Vucevic. Get your head in the game. If you had your head in the game, you've got 2 points. Plain and simple. Now, Lakers are very Luka and LeBron heavy. That's why I say if they don't have both of those guys on the floor, and hey, maybe it changes a little bit with Austin Reeves when Austin Reeves returns. But if they don't have both those guys on the floor or available for the game, it's a trash. They're a middle of the pack, probably not even making the play-in type of team. That's how much I don't rate the Lakers without having both LeBron and Luka available to play a game. And they're constant bitching and chirping to the referees, especially Luka fucking Doncic. Now, Luka was the type of player when he came to this league, I fucking love watching that guy play. But over the last number of years, he's just turned into constant bitching and whining at the referees, almost every single possession when he puts up a shot, thinking he got fouled. But yet, alternatively, things happen down the other end where he gets called for a foul, and it's bitching and moaning again. I didn't foul. But if that happened to you down the other end and you didn't get the call, you're fucking bitching and moaning about it. So, and I know that's a lot of NBA players as well. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of basketball players in general, but Luka takes it to a whole new fucking level, and it's ridiculous. I'm sick of it. As great as Luka is, just shut the fuck up and play basketball, dude. Like, hey, I know some of the things he probably may be getting a foul for, but to be bitching and whinging basically almost every time up and down the floor, it's fucking annoying. It I hate seeing that shit. Look, me as an ex-player myself, like, yeah, I will self-admit, I used to do a lot of complaints to the referees. But I'm not bitching and moaning I wasn't bitching and moaning about it every single fucking time I had the damn ball. Would I bitch and moan if I genuinely thought the refs missed a call? Yeah, sure, but I'm not am I doing it was I doing it every single possession? I know Patty will probably chime in. No, I wasn't bitching and moaning every single time. But hey, that was just me being competitive. But Luka just takes it to a whole other level, and it's ridiculous. And LeBron does it too. Like he will bitch and moan and jump up and drop himself to the floor and all that sort of shit. I know you guys are NBA players. You guys are getting paid millions of dollars. Just cut the crap. So also you mentioned second quarter turnovers were a massive issue. Now another issue I had with the Bulls, and not just in this game but in general, when they overcommit to closing out on perimeter players on the perimeter, they will tend to fall for little eyebrow fakes and either jump at it or overcommit and the player with the ball is just blowing past them, whatever. Close out under control, stay down, hand up, close out to a spot where you're to a point where if they do rise up for the shot, you can get a hand up and get a decent contest on it. You're not don't need you to jump up and contest a shot, but you stay down and hand up. That way, if they do try to make a move and you've given yourself enough space that you can react to that and stay in front of your man. So just need to be a bit smart on these closeouts. But already congratulated Kobe on overtaking Kirk Heinrich. Mentioned the three-quarter run. Yeah. So basically, those are all the things that I wanted to talk about in this game. Um, but yeah, just it's one of those games where a superstar just comes in and does superstar things. You just gotta tip your cap to him and say, "Well played. You gave us an ass kicking tonight." All right, so the Bulls' next game, let's see if I can find that one real quick. I think we are playing the Indiana Pacers. Yes, we are. That will be on. Well, that's Wednesday for you guys in America. It's Thursday here for me. So Bulls do drop back to 500, 23 and 23. Believe this game against the Indiana Pacers is in Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. It's at the Gamebridge Fieldhouse. And the Bulls, we want to even up the season series at 2 game. Actually, no, it's Pacers have won the first 2 games against us this year. We need to get this win over the Pacers, and then we have the home game against the Miami Heat the following day because it's a back to back. Yep, and then they have the day off, and then they have those 2 games against the Miami Heat down in Miami. So that Miami game coming up against after the Pacers game, that's the makeup game for the postponement with the slippery conditions of the wet floor. All right, that's gonna do it for me on tonight's episode of A Whole Lotta Bull. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have subscribed over the last couple of days. That Kobe White video I dropped yesterday has blown up. Outside of my first video that I had with Hayes and Phil to open the to YouTube channel, that has been by far the most viewed video on my channel. So thank you for everyone for watching that. I know there was probably a lot of fans around the NBA who were probably watching that, seeing Kobe White trade talks. And thank you to all the new subscribers as well. If you haven't already, hit subscribe button. Hit the notification channel so you don't miss any more videos. Hit the like button on this video on the way out. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Troy. Follow the show at Whole Lotta Bull. Took it out to the Lakers, but it is what it is. Until next time, Bulls fans, see red, go Bulls.